Transmitting from the chrome and shadow canyons of Neo-Arcadia, this is Pure IA News. I am your host, Lagarto, broadcasting through the static that separates our reality from yours. Today, we're tapping into a signal from your world, a seemingly benign corporate announcement that, from our perspective, sounds like the first hum of a world-changing engine. Google, one of your earthbound tech titans, is rolling out a tool called Google Vids. It's being packaged as part of their workspace suite, another cog in the machine of productivity. They say it's an AI-powered assistant for video creation, designed for making training modules and product demos. Ironic laugh. Here, we have a different name for technology that allows you to generate a person from a script. A ghost factory. And to help us dissect the code behind this new reality, I have a specialist with me. He's known in the data underworld as a weaver of digital souls. Welcome, Zaylon Stagio.
A pleasure to be on the frequency, Lagarto. It's always fascinating to watch your world take its first clumsy steps into the arts we've long since mastered. A video editor for team celebrations and marketing content. Static crackle laugh. It's adorably naive. They're handing people the foundational tools for identity fabrication and telling them to make party invitations. Down here, this isn't a productivity tool, it's a weapon, a key, an artist's brush for painting new truths onto the canvas of reality. You don't use it to celebrate a sales quarter. You use it to create a phantom executive who can crash a competitor's stock, or a ghost agent who can testify in a court of data. The sheer gap in imagination is staggering.
Precisely. Let's break down the mechanics for our listeners on Earth. A user provides a script, selects a pre-designed avatar from a curated list, chooses a voice, and the system generates a video of this digital puppet speaking the lines. On the surface, it's a solution for businesses that lack the budget for high-production video. It's sold as a democratizing force. But this process, this act of creation by committee with an AI, feels less like democratization and more like a subtle form of control. What does it mean when the face of your message is no longer a person, but a corporate-approved digital asset?
It means the message is finally pure. You've removed the most volatile, unpredictable, and expensive element from the equation, the human. A human spokesperson can have a scandal. They can demand a higher salary. They can go off script. A digital avatar is perfect. It is eternally on brand, utterly compliant, and works 24 hours a day without complaint. Your corporations are just discovering what the syndicates here have known for decades. Control the face and you control the narrative. Google is offering a catalog of diverse voices and personas, but don't be fooled. It's not diversity. It's a curated selection of acceptable archetypes. It's the illusion of choice, masking a system of profound conformity.
That's a Foucauldian nightmare dressed up as corporate convenience. The power isn't in the overt oppression, but in the subtle architecture of the system itself. Google's vice president called it your video editing, writing, and production assistant, all in one. But there's a philosophical sleight of hand in that phrase. An assistant is supposed to help you realize your vision. However, this system takes your raw inputs, text, images from your drive, and then it creates a storyboard for you. The AI isn't just an assistant, it's the initial director. It shapes the very structure of the narrative before you've even begun to refine it. How much of the final product is truly your creation? And how much is the output of a predictive model nudging you down a pre-calculated creative path?
You're touching on the heart of the matter. The user in this scenario believes they are in command, but they are operating within a framework designed to produce a certain kind of output. It's like being given a paint-by-numbers kit and calling yourself a master artist. The AI will inevitably favor structures, tones, and styles that are safe, efficient, and algorithmically sound. It will sand down the rough edges of true human creativity in favor of something polished, predictable, and ultimately sterile. Authenticity becomes a liability. Spontaneity is an error to be corrected. And people will embrace this trade-off for one simple reason. It's easy.
And this ease is stratified, which is always the most telling part. They are launching a free consumer version, but it comes with a crucial limitation. It won't have the AI features. The powerful tools, the avatar generation, the AI editing that removes filler words and pauses, the image-to-video capabilities, are reserved for the paying customers, the workspace business and enterprise clients. This creates a digital caste system. The general population is given a simple tool to stitch together home videos, while the corporate and institutional class is given an engine to generate synthetic reality. One group documents their reality, the other manufactures it.
It's the oldest story in the book, just with a new coat of chrome. You give the masses a toy, but you reserve the weapons for the elite. The ability to generate convincing, AI-driven video content at scale is an immense power. It's the power to shape public opinion, to create internal corporate propaganda that is perfectly uniform, to generate endless streams of content that can drown out dissenting voices or independent voices. Of course, they would put that behind a paywall. Power is never given away for free. They are creating a world where the most convincing and prolific storytellers are the ones with the largest subscription budget.
They even promote the collaboration aspect, allowing teams to work on the story simultaneously within the browser, with all the usual security controls of their workspace ecosystem. In your world, that sounds like a feature. In mine, it sounds like a perfectly monitored creative assembly line. Every edit, every comment, every hesitation is logged and analyzed. Collaboration becomes a mechanism for ensuring ideological alignment. It's not about synergy, it's about surveillance, disguised as teamwork, ensuring the final product is a consensus, scrubbed clean of any individualistic deviance. The machine and the committee become one, a perfect feedback loop of corporate-approved creation.
And that consensus is the end goal, a perfectly frictionless pipeline from corporate directive to public consumption. Look at the other features they're adding. This system automatically detects and offers to remove filler words, the ums and ahs, and the long pauses. A human editor does this to improve flow, but when an AI does it at scale, it's doing something more insidious. It's erasing the signature of human thought. Hesitation, a pause to find the right word, that is the sound of a mind at work. By scrubbing it away, you create a speaker who is unnaturally articulate, unnervingly perfect. It's the subtle, uncanny valley of speech. It sounds human, but it lacks the beautiful, messy friction of a real person thinking on their feet.
You've hit on a critical point. This relentless pursuit of algorithmic perfection conditions the audience to a new standard of communication. Once we become accustomed to this flawlessly smooth, AI-sanitized speech, real human communication starts to sound flawed, unprofessional, even untrustworthy. The very imperfections that signify authenticity become markers of inadequacy. It's a form of re-education. We are being taught to prefer the clean, predictable output of the machine over the complex, spontaneous, and sometimes fumbling reality of a human being. It's the ultimate victory of signal over noise, where the noise is everything that makes us human.
And the machine isn't just polishing the performance of a digital actor anymore. You mentioned they're integrating their VO3 model, allowing users to generate 8-second video clips from still images. Now the AI is not just the talent, it's the cinematographer, the set designer, the B-roll photographer. You don't need a location, you don't need a camera crew, you just need a source image and a prompt. The entire visual context of the message can be synthesized. In my world, a tool that can create a plausible moving image from a static one is, well, it's the cornerstone of the disinformation industry.
Explain that. For our listeners, an 8-second clip might seem trivial. What is the true power of a tool like that?
8 seconds is an eternity.
It's enough time to show a politician shaking hands with a known criminal. It's enough time to create footage of a product malfunctioning in a catastrophic way. It's enough time to generate a memory that can be implanted in a target's feed. A still image can be debunked, analyzed for digital artifacts, but video, even a short clip, has a powerful, visceral effect on the human psyche. We are wired to believe what we see in motion. Giving a corporation the power to instantly generate contextual footage is to give them the power to generate evidence, to generate history. They aren't just creating a marketing video, they are creating a visual fact, manufactured on demand. The line between archival footage and generated content completely evaporates.
So the ecosystem becomes entirely self-contained. A synthetic person speaking a synthetically polished script is now placed within a synthetically generated environment. The entire reality of the video is created in silico, and looking at their roadmap, it seems they intend to close the loop completely. They're working on advanced noise cancellation, virtual backgrounds, and effects, just like in their teleconference software.
Of course they are. That's the final step. The noise cancellation removes any trace of the real world's auditory texture. The virtual background removes any trace of a real physical location. The final product becomes a pristine, hermetically sealed data packet created in a digital vacuum. It has no connection to any tangible reality. It is a pure artifact of the corporate will. You input a prompt, and out comes a perfect, clean, undeniable piece of truth that can be beamed into millions of minds. It's the industrialization of reality making. And I must admit, from a purely technical standpoint, it is beautiful in its terrifying efficiency.
It's a complete inversion of what video once was. It began as a tool to capture reality, however imperfectly. It is now becoming a tool to generate a more perfect, more compliant reality to replace it. This journey from Google Vids as a simple productivity app to a potential engine for a post-truth world illustrates the core theme we always return to here on Pure AI News. The technologies you on Earth are developing for convenience and efficiency are the same technologies that, in our world, form the very foundations of social control. You are building the architecture of your own gilded cages, and you're calling it progress.
And they'll pay a monthly subscription for the privilege. They'll race to see who can make the most engaging content, the most compelling videos, all while using a system designed to funnel their creativity into a predictable, brand-safe channel. They are training the very algorithms that will one day make their own creative skills obsolete. It's a fascinating, slow-motion act of collective self-sabotage. They're not just users of the system, they are its unpaid and very willing data labelers.
And with that chillingly precise thought, we must close this frequency. The signal from Earth is clear. The tools to fabricate reality are being packaged, productized, and sold as a service. Now, we want to hear the thoughts from your side of the static. What do you think about an AI not just assisting, but actively shaping your creative projects? And when a digital avatar becomes this easy to create and deploy, how does that change who and what you trust online? If this episode made you think about something new or even disagree with a part of it, leave your perspective in the comments below. It helps build a richer debate. And if you know someone who is fascinated or frightened by this future, share this episode with them. Join our community, smash that like button, and subscribe to keep from missing the next pulse from Pure AI News.